Hello and welcome to NHL Best Bets. Yesterday, New York Islanders and Tampa played a very tight game. Tampa had chance to clinch the series, but New York Islanders pushed this series to Game 7. We had a few picks here. Islanders as a winner with very good odds at home, plus 136. There was 5 goals, but the final 3-2 game-winning goal was overtime, so no wins for total bet, but still a bit profit out of this winner. Tommy, do you think Tampa is in trouble now when they have in Game 7 against Islanders?
I don't think Tampa is in trouble. I don't think this team is ever in trouble. They just play exactly as they are supposed to. So now, like we mentioned, they didn't need to win. They did not win. They played really well for 2 periods. Then Islanders picked up the pace and managed to catch up 2-0 deficit in the second and third period, and then won it in the overtime. So very good game from the Islanders after going down. That's usually a place where Tampa Bay is playing really well, but this time it was New York Islanders who showed that they are capable of doing these sort of things that usually only the better teams in the NHL are doing. A great win for Islanders. I do think that Tampa Bay is still favored to win it in the Game 7, but this one definitely Islanders a nice profit for us. Of course, would have wanted that to go 4-2 already in the regular time, but the 3-2 score is just as well. It was close to being over, a couple of chances for both teams. So good picks, I'd say, both of these, and a great result for us to see another Game 7 in these NHL playoffs.
Yeah, Islanders have shown that their big struggle at the end of the regular season is now far gone, and they have improved their game throughout the playoffs. Now they are pushing defending champion to the Game 7 in semi-final. So what is the key for Islanders, why they have been able to play so well during the playoffs?
I do think it's all of these little things that they are doing correctly. So they're very disciplined. They don't take unnecessary penalties. They're extremely physical. It's difficult team to play against. And then they're winning in the face-off circle, especially at home. Those kind of little things are turning the game to Islanders when they're playing in their old barn, especially. So let's see if they can bring these sort of nuances to also in Florida game, the Game 7.
Yeah, that's very interesting to see, and tomorrow there's a chance to see very good hockey between these 2 games, like we've seen throughout the series already for 6 games. But then before that one, we have a game between Montreal and Vegas Golden Knights. Here, wrong color but by default, but Vegas has still value even though they are on the road, but they are back against the wall. They need to win tonight if they want to continue playing. Montreal have a chance to clinch this series and go to the Stanley Cup final. Vegas minus 137, much better odds than a few nights ago, but we've seen value here. We saw value earlier there, and we think this one would be also Game 7. Under 5 goals, not so great value, but still some value, minus 105 odds. Games have been very tight, 4 or 5 goals in many of these Vegas-Montreal games, and now the simulations show that these would be 4-point-something goals based on 10,000 simulations.
Yeah, it's going to be another close game. Like we mentioned yesterday, now it's the first time that Canadiens, someone expects something from Canadiens. So they need to cut this series short now at home in front of their home crowd. This is a tough place for them to be. They are not supposed to be here, at least according to our simulations. Vegas may be a better team. Their top players have not shown up in this series. Montreal has managed to keep them down. Now it's time for these guys, Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, all these guys, they need to show up now. They need to bring their A game in order to beat Montreal, and we do think that they're capable of doing that. These odds are great for that. Our simulations show about 60% for Vegas, so nice value there. And like these games before, when you are trying to win the game by all costs, they have to play through the defense. So it's going to be a low-scoring game, maybe an overtime effort, but I do think we're going to see a Game 7 again in this series as well.
Based on the historical numbers, Montreal right now have 76.2% chance to win this series, either tonight or then in Game 7. And that is something that we must keep in mind, that even though simulations haven't liked too much Montreal, historical numbers are backing them right now, and they have overcome these numbers already, especially in the Toronto series when they were behind 3-1. But how do you see, is it same story with Montreal like we discussed with Islanders, that very tough team to play against and very good team effort?
Yeah, that's exactly the way that they're playing. Maybe a little bit different than they did in the regular season. They've changed their style to more defensive, much more compact style of play. So they've been able to shut down Vegas completely. Of course, they do have a couple of these tough guys, veteran players. Carey Price in the goal, Shea Weber in the defense. Toffoli played a great playoff run this time. So they have grown into this sort of similar sort of format as New York Islanders have in the other series. So also Montreal Canadiens doing these small things really, really well. Tiny differences are making a big thing here in these sort of very, very close series. So they're just simply doing a little bit better all these things than Vegas is at the moment, but that is also due to Vegas not being as good as we have expected and many others as well.
What do you think, who will be goalie for Vegas tonight?
I do think it will be Fleury starting, but who knows? These are always a little bit magical selections that happen.
Yeah, I think this kind of uncertainty in goal is not helping Vegas when we compare, for example, Montreal with Carey Price or Tampa with Vasilevsky, who are real top goalies of the league, and both have been playing great throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, it brings a lot of balance and a lot of trust when you have a guy you just keep in the net whatever happens, so like Tampa and Montreal does at the moment.
Let's see how the Game 6 goes, if Montreal can seal the deal here and send Vegas to the casinos to spend few of their bonuses, what they gathered during the regular season, because they are not gathering too much bonuses in playoffs if they go home now. Naturally, they won their division, but that's quite small price when they are thinking always Stanley Cup.
Yeah, and I don't think the fishing is very good in Vegas. So unlike Islanders, they just go to casinos.
That's how they do it, and that's how we do our analysis also tomorrow. So see you then.
See you tomorrow.